Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Batcave. Pretty much, I'm going to need your help today. You guys, I need you to answer some deep philosophical questions that have plagued man since the beginning of its existence, alright? So, I've been thinking about using just the LSAT exclusively in Black Ops 2, which would mean only LSAT gameplay showing up in the videos. This is basically because the LSAT humiliates regularly every other weapon in this game. I've reached this point where I'll be using a gun that's not the LSAT and I'll die, and in the back of my head I fucking know I would have won that fight if I had had my goddamned LSAT. And on top of that, the LSAT is just the most fun to play with. Like, my favorite thing to do in Call of Duty at this point is to go for triples and quads and, massed kill feeds with the LSAT, and then, put those clips together to make a dope-ass montage for YouTube. That's my favorite thing. That's what I set out to do when I joined a match in Call of Duty. And what I found is it's actually a very effective play style, which I'm going to do a commentary later on. But basically, if in every match you play, your goal is to get triples and quads and shit, that's hands down the most aggressive play style, and it's actually going to be very rewarding on all fronts, including score streaks and whatnot. This gameplay right here, you see here, this 55-0 nuclear flawless, baby. In the beginning, I was just going for quads and shit, but then once I realized, I could get the nuclear, I slowed down a little bit, but you see, still rushing pretty hard because that's what you got to do to get that nuclear. If you slow down too much, you're not going to get the nuclear. I've already talked about that. Moving right along, I got a little off topic here, people. Yeah, the LSAT. I want to use only the LSAT, or at least I have that urge. And I can use an assault rifle or an SMG and go for the same thing in terms of triples and shit, but the difference is, even if I'm using the Scorpion, which is my best gun besides the LSAT, I'm still only dropping like 2 triple kills a match, whereas with the LSAT, every match I play, I drop at least, multiple triples, generally a couple quads, and more often than not, at least one, mega or super, or one of those ridiculously high, kill chains. So I'm a little obsessed with the LSAT, and so my question is the LSAT gameplay getting old? Like, obviously at this point, I've posted a lot of it, you've seen a lot of LSAT. Does it get old? Should I be branching out and using a ton of other weapons? I don't know. Another thing I've considered is switching to the Remington and using that exclusively. Like, I don't enjoy using it as much as the LSAT, but it definitely, for me at least, makes for the most fast-paced, edge of your seat, exciting gameplay. When I make a video, I want to be entertained by it. If it doesn't entertain me, I'm not going to post it. But what I found with the Remington is I can put it with anything, and it's still DAS for dope-ass shit. Are the Remington clips, in your humble opinion, significantly more entertaining or satisfying to watch than other weapons, the LSAT in particular? And the montages in general, do you think, like the new montage style I've been using, with the shitload of Remington quads and LSAT quads and whatnot, and the M27 and AN94 and just, fat triple kill montages, are they better than the regular high-scoring gameplays like this one you're watching right now? Because what I like about the montages is it's just pure fast-paced, heart-pounding action. And, you get that little dopamine rush in the pleasure center of your brain when you see the numbers keep popping up and all the bodies falling, and I love that shit. But, the traditional gameplay, what you're watching now, it's watching a match from beginning to end. It tells a more coherent story. There are moments of suspense and triumph, and you can really examine the commentator's thought process. Whereas the montages are just kind of in-your-face, adrenaline-pumping, senseless massacres, right? So, I'm probably going to end up doing both, but should I be doing one more than the other? Like, which one is better? Montages or your standard gameplay? Which one do you think is more fun to watch? Now, my activity on YouTube, which many of you have mentioned to me, or I suppose the topic ought to be my inactivity on YouTube. What it basically comes down to is, one, I have in real life responsibilities, just like we all do, and number two, it's like quantity versus quality, right? It's like I was saying before, if I'm not entertained by a video, I will not post it, and I have very high standards, and I think that's what makes the videos good, I think that's my strong point as a commentator. On the LSAT Ghost video, there was a cool comment from, what was his name? Self-Actualized, I think his YouTube name was, and he said, I like your videos because they're layered, and my ego went wild with that one, people. Ooh. But the reason I feel I can make them layered, the reason I feel like I can make them deep, intellectual, for lack of a better word, as arrogant as that sounds, is because I think about them for a really long time. I spend a long time writing them up, choosing the perfect words for every sentence. I spend a nice long time collecting the clips and the gameplay, and I try to make a masterpiece, and I like to think I succeed in that. And I try to make every video better than the one before it. The problem with that is that making a video better than the one before it generally means putting more time into it. So every video gets more and more time, and you know, it's like this constant arms race. And on top of all that, I don't want to spam. Like a couple weeks ago, I did 4 or 5 videos in a row, one a day, and I ended up actually losing like 15 subs. So that was discouraging. So my question to all of you is, what would be like the best uploading schedule? Like one a day, one every 3 days, one a day on the weekends? Because I just don't know, people. And my last question is, are there any more Call of Duty Ghost videos you think I ought to do? Like, I've done 5 so far. I'd like to do more because at this point, that's where the channel growth is coming from, you know? I'm not an expert, but I think the way channel growth works is for like the first 3 to 4 months a new Call of Duty is out. That's really the window of opportunity you want to hit, and then things sort of slow down. You know, people aren't really searching for Black Ops 2 enthusiastically anymore. But the problem is I'm out of ideas for Ghost videos. You know, I've covered all the topics and exhausted every idea I had, so I don't know. You're intelligent people. I thought maybe you'd have some cool ideas that I could expand on. We'll see. Now, I also wanted to use this video since it's off the, you know, since it's sort of just a, it's not a dramatic thing from the pits of my cockled mind. I wanted to say thank you to all of you guys. You know, I did this once before, right after Revolution came out, but I think it's worthwhile to do again because there's a lot more of you and whatnot. And, you know, all you guys liking the videos and all you guys saying really nice fucking things to me in the comments, man, I get high off that shit. Like, it's motivational and exciting and purposeful, and like anytime I'm feeling down, I can go read the comments on the last video I did. Insta happy boner, you know what I mean? And I thought I'd listed the names of the motherfuckers generally leaving these fancy comments, but I was afraid I would miss someone's name, you know? But you know who you are, I know who you are. I try to reply to a couple comments on each video. If you've gotten a reply, you're who I'm talking about. So, you know, thank you, because small channels, I think, are 50% successful because of the content, but 50% successful because of kind subscribers like you. Like, I can make the best video in the world. If it doesn't get any love, it's going nowhere. You know what I mean? Alright, cheesy feel-good moment is over. Fuck, cunt, dick slap. I also want to take this time to... I want to start taking the channel to the next logical level, which means 2 things. First of all, really playing with subscribers, which is something I said I would do, and I keep saying I'll do, but it never sort of materialized. But now, I think it's time I actually took care of business. And 2, I want to start live streaming, and I think I'll probably live stream when the new Vengeance map pack comes out. If I can get everything set up at that point, I'm going to play with subs fucking tomorrow. And then again on Saturday, and then whenever I feel like it after that. And now to do these things, I need to start using that Facebook I made. And if you would like to join me in this glorious quest to deliver justice to the Republic, then you should really consider liking me on Facebook. I made the Facebook for the channel a long-ass time ago, basically because I joined the RPM network, and they said it's important to start a Facebook. It really helps channel growth. But I didn't know what the fuck to do with the Facebook, so nothing ever really happened. This time I have a fucking plan. I have constructed a library of the most effective gaming memes the world has ever seen. Alright, seriously, I think they're fucking funny, and I can't say I've put as much heart and soul into them as I do the videos, because, I mean, obviously a video is going to require a lot more heart and soul than a meme, but if you ratio it out, like the ratio of meme to video, my heart-soul ratio is equal. So if you like these videos, I imagine you will like the Facebook content. I will do everything in my power to make you, as they say, laugh out loud at least once a day, because my heart-to-soul ratio is equal. And on top of that, I can share neat videos, mine or others that I think are pertinent. And on top of that, the next time I need feedback or something, like the questions video, I can just ask on Facebook. And on top of all of that, I will be using it to mobilize subs, to conquer tyranny on Call of Duty, and announce live streams. Holy Toledo, Batman, look at all that neat stuff happening on Facebook. Maybe you should go like me on Facebook, because my heart-to-soul ratio is equal. And it's worth mentioning... I think it's worth mentioning that you do want to play with me. I can guarantee you a win streak. I can guarantee you a permanent UAV and at least 1 VSAT a game. We got a double XP weekend coming up here. Might want to take advantage of me to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? First sub gaming session will be tomorrow. At some point, I will post the status on Facebook. We will play and achieve glory and justice for the Republic. So, like me on Facebook, motherfuckers. Link in the description. Annotation on the screen. Thank you for being sexy. Remember to answer those questions in the beginning of the commentary. Stay frosty. This is Batman, signing out.